What's up everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Friday, September 20th. In today's video, we're going to be talking about something very exciting, and that is regarding some alpha that was leaked on crypto Twitter from the VP of Growth at Kraken Exchange. Now, we're going to understand why the Rune token hasn't been listed on spot trading on Kraken, but also how this could be correlated to many of the other infrastructure complications, or maybe just what other exchanges are dealing with before listing the Rune ecosystem on their exchanges. So I'm going to share with you all these different data points, give you my certain opinion, and also tell you the development and growth happening within the Rune token. So with that said, let's not waste any time. Go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page. And most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So the Rune token's hovering around a 239 million market cap. Now this has taken a slight dip as of today, down 4%, but that's mainly due because Bitcoin's price took a dip as well, almost close to 2%. Remember, whatever happens to Bitcoin's price ultimately affects altcoins, gaming altcoins, and meme coins, including DOG. So going back to the Rune token, as we see, the bullish sentiment has actually increased to 89%. Now, this vote count is actually increasing, I've noticed, over the past week. We went from around 1,500 votes to now 1,733. So obviously people are placing their votes in and they're having bullish sentiment over the Rune token, which is actually kind of funny. When you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin's actually 50-50 in terms of bullish and bearish sentiment. So I just want to share that with you as well. Now let's talk about what's going on with the Rune token in terms of unique holder count, because right now it's 88,844. So we're getting really close to a new all-time high holder count of 89,000. And on top of that, Gina Data just reported that the total market cap of the Rune's ecosystem has reached over $900 million. Now, the reason that's important is because the last time we saw this market cap was back on July 29, 2024. Now, this is giving us a sign that sooner or later, the Rune's ecosystem is going to reach above $1 billion. Once it reaches that, then the next target would be $2 billion, which is, to me, very realistic since we have actually been over $2 billion. So I want to get right to the point regarding Kraken. So Rune Toshi had a conversation and was responding to Matthew, who is the VP growth expert at Kraken FX. He basically was saying, why isn't the Rune token specifically listed on a centralized exchange? Because since it's easy to list ERC20 tokens or SRC20 tokens such as Solana and Ethereum on exchanges, why not something like the Rune ecosystem within the Kraken exchange? Now, if you don't know Matthew has actually been very bullish on Ordinals, has been very bullish on Runes, has been very bullish on Bitcoin DeFi. And he had this to say in response. Completely agree with you. Dog to one side, I'm personally a big believer in Runes as a whole. Own plenty of them and have been active in the community. I was the same with Ordinals and personally inscribed inscriptions between this number back in February 2023. So you're preaching to the choir. The reality is that it's not about as straightforward as listing an ERC20 token. There's a bunch of new infrastructure that needs to be built out to support Runes. This is why there isn't many options across the space today. We've had plenty of discussions on this internally, and I don't doubt that we will build that infrastructure, but it's one of the many areas on our roadmap. We've got a lot of very significant products that will be shipping in the coming months and year. The reality is that we only have so many engineers and we have to make trade-offs in our roadmap as a result. Know this. The team would love to build this, and we have plenty of discussion internally about the Ordinals and Runes ecosystem, so when we're in place to resource it, we will. So you must be wondering at this point, but wait a minute, why is there infrastructure that needs to be made for Kraken to implement the Rune ecosystem? Because to Rune Toshi's point, we do have centralized exchanges such as Gate.io, MEXC, BigGet Global that are on spot trading, as you can see here. So is it a new infrastructure play, or is it simply just listing the token on their exchange? Somehow these exchanges have done it already. So Matthew had something to say around that, saying worth noting that runes is one of the several major areas discussed internally, so there's also an obvious element of prioritization that comes into play, and he's regarding the specific post. So this is what he had to say regarding why runes implemented within Kraken Exchange. He says, I can't really comment on other exchanges such as Gate.io, Mexi, Bigot Global, etc., etc. No doubt some competitors have moved faster on Ordinals and runes than us, and they should get credit where it's due. But yes, one part of this is what you've mentioned, not the whole reason, but one part. It's mainly this that absorbs a lot of the ENG resources we wanted to dedicate to product expansion projects like runes and many others. We launched in a number of new countries this year, which takes a heavy toll on the ENG due to all the additional compliance work, etc., that it won't bore you with here. Lots goes on behind the scenes to keep the experience for Kraken clients as seamless as possible. Hopefully this is useful context. So other people that want to help Kraken develop the infrastructure, Leonidas had some reason to provide guidance for that as well. So if anything, Kraken should speak to Leonidas. And also Jan from the Xverse team also said that they should hop on a phone call and talk about this, that there shouldn't be any blocker, that this should be easy to implement the runes ecosystem. So you can see that everybody that's a major player within the runes development and growth of the ecosystem is wanting to play a hand at this and having Kraken be a part of this. So Matthew actually responded to Jan saying, hey Jan, really appreciate the kind offer. Maybe I could sync you with some of the team here. There's going to be a lot of work that would just simply need internal resources. So this wouldn't solve everything, but extremely grateful for the offer of support. Want to DM me and we can chat. And then Jan said DMing. So they're having that conversation right now as we speak. Because if you look at Kraken actually has over 10 million clients around the world. And remember that right now there are around 88,800 holders that now own the dog rune token. Imagine that there are 10, even 1 million of those users on Kraken having exposure to the dog rune token. It's no longer going to be 88,000. It's going to be up to the millions. That is why it's very important. But let's not just focus on Kraken, because whenever Kraken, when they do list that specific rune token, if it be dog or something else, well, guess what? All these other exchanges will follow suit. And these other exchanges have hundreds of millions. Like say for instance, Binance has over 300 million users. Coinbase has up to 200 to 300 million. Bybit and OKX have 30 million up to 70 million users. So while the exchanges are starting to implement the quote unquote infrastructure for the runes ecosystem to be available for their clients to buy the rune tokens, such as dog, people like Magic Eden are developing new technologies such as bidding as an option feature, but soon their AMM swaps will be available. So as a conclusion and statement, what do you need to know? No matter what, from this video, you just heard from the team from Kraken that they are talking about implementing runes into their marketplace. That's the alpha right there. And they have over 10 million users. So imagine what's going to happen when that dog rune token, when, not if, when it's going to be listed on Kraken. It's going to be absolutely astounding. And then there's going to be a domino effect of other centralized tier 1 exchanges listing the dog right after that, because they're going to see what's going to happen with Kraken. But again, there could be other competitors looking at what Kraken just said right now, and they're probably going to try to beat them to the punch. If it be Binance, if it be Crypto.com, if it be Coinbase, if it be Bybit, OKX, all these different people are competing for the market cap. They're competing for the capital. They're competing for the liquidity. That's what they want, is the money. Follow the money, and that's what they're going to go for. And that's why I'm paying attention to the dog rune token right now. So with that said, let me know your thoughts down below. When do you think Kraken is going to list the dog rune token on their exchange? And also, how many users do you think are going to end up holding the dog rune token? Is it going to be the hundreds of thousands, or is it going to be up to the millions? I want to hear your thoughts down below, and I cannot wait to read them. So as always, be sure to smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all of our alpha calls and trade regarding dog go to the moon. Till then, see you guys and girls next time.